Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Talking Horses. Do not adjust your sets. We did not blow up the kids here at NYRA. This is not the sequel to the Rick Moranis movie. I am Anthony Stabile, the Big A, filling in for Andy Serling. He is down at the Eclipse Awards in Hallandale Beach, Florida, at Gulfstream Park. He'll be back for the Saturday Jazzle edition of Talking Horses. I'll be joined, easy for me to say, momentarily by my main man, NYRA's own Bobby Klatt. Speaking of joining, we want you, everyone out there in TV and simulcast land, to join us over at NYRA Bets. 100% deposit match of up to $200. This is for you new members only. I don't know why there's so many of you left. You got to get your NYRA Bets account, and you got to get it with the promo code Big A. Just think about me, the Big A. You should be anyway. When you get that new account, double up a Delta. Donnie Nelson, you said, was his favorite, Donnie's favorite track. Donnie, who loves bowling.
Yeah.
For you Big Lebowski fans out there, Delta Downs tonight. Minimum $5 win bet. Again, that's the app only. I don't have a lot of apps on my phone. Most of them are food related. And my brand new Weight Watchers, app. But yeah, like I said, it's the Clatter right there. They name a horse. Where did that horse Clatter run the other day? Was that at Maryland? Oh, Gulfstream.
No,
okay.
Gulfstream. Ran third, Pletcher Firster for Starlight Racing, 6-1. Unfortunately, I had a few shekels to win on that horse, but he chased most of the race, but finished up strong, so I was happy with it.
That's the story of your life, chasing most of the way.
Well, I was going to say, if it was me running, I would have missed the break and been dead last all the way around. So better than I could have done.
Fun weekend of racing coming up. We got you for 2 days. Me and you,
yes, you do.
We'll be doing holding the fort down for the next couple of days. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you and me today and tomorrow. Like you've been saying, you got to get into a rhythm of calling races back to back. I got to get in the rhythm of handicapping back to back.
Got to get your reps.
Yeah, it's
16 in 2 days. It's a lot for you.
It's a little different. Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a little different, especially when you have to hone down on the pedigrees and all that. It's a lot of information in a little time.
Just so you know how it works, like when you play poker, they say it's not the seat, it's the meat. Mm-hmm. In this case, the lunches now fall on you. So
really?
Yeah, you're stuck 43 lunches.
I'm down 43 lunches.
You had a good result the other day, but you're stuck 43 lunches right now.
43 lunches. Wow, that's a big turnaround right there. I better hit something today.
You'll be fine. It's just till Saturday. You'll be all right.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. We have that almost $180,000 carryover into the Empire 6. That starts in race number 3. On the 8-race card, like my man Johnny I said, not a lot of changes today, just those 2 scratches. Nope. A jock change. Hector Diaz, by the way, who went down on Monday, talked to his agent Sean Klotz. Looks like he's going to be 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. Could have been a lot worse. Knock wood. Looks like he's doing all right.
Thank God, because that was not a pretty spill there, and we all assumed the worst, unfortunately, but thank God that he is able to recover quickly and hopefully be back here by the middle of next month.
Yeah, right around Valentine's Day, I think is what they're hoping to do.
That's huge.
I think we open the week Valentine's Day because we run Monday for President's Day, so they're hoping to be back for Valentine's Day. If you're watching Hector, we wish you nothing but the best. And
absolutely.
Get back here to the Big A soon. All right, start out with some maidens. And I love these because they're 2 turns. We don't see a lot of mile and an eighth races.
No, we don't.
With the old inner gone, we don't see a lot of 2-turn races here in the winter, and that's what we'll do in the opener. Maiden 30s. David's morning line kind of reflected how I felt about this race. I
Agreed.
have 1X. The X the only horse I didn't want really anything to do with was the 4 Now and Again, which means he'll probably win by 5 the way things have been going. But, I mean, the other 6, you can make a case for any of them.
Well, and even the case for the 4 Now and Again, the dam won 4 times around 2 turns. So
by Awesome Again, no reason he shouldn't stretch.
This is definitely a kind of race where who's going to get the distance for sure, and what kind of pace scenarios are going to be. Because I think the 6 is going to be the one that's dangerous, Lightning Rob. If alone on the lead, especially showing the speed he did last time out, it's going to be extremely tough. I think this is a race that you can get wacky with, and that's what I did with the 3, who was completely green, breaking from the rail last time out, went about 12 pass on the backstretch, left the field behind. If you do watch the head-on, though, at the quarter pole, starts to run on a little bit and starting to straighten out. I'm just hoping John Terranova, second time out, hopefully with 3 works since that debut, hopefully figured some things out. And who knows? This might be a case of you might want someone different than someone that's run 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I felt the same way about the one I had a dream, kind of keeping my Mott card here as well, as Andy would say, going from 6 to a mile and an eighth, stretching out, son of congrats. But again, could make a case for Bay Burner, could make a case for Super Wicked Charm. We both, Lightning Rob's going to be the favorite in here. And I just didn't want to take the horse that I think is ultimately going to be the favorite. I just want to take a little bit of a price. I went when I had a dream, again, hoping that he gets the natural improvement most Mott second-time starters get after a useful debut sprinting. But again, could use 6 of the 7 in here.
Well, the only thing that bothers me with the 1, and I'm going to use the 1 in all the multis for sure, is there's a lot of turf pedigree.
Yeah.
But first time out, got the highest first time out buyer by any of the horses in this field. Seemed to run on along the rail a little bit. Muddy track. There's a lot of excuses for that race, so why not take a shot, especially from the rail? If that horse can break strong and show a little more speed, might get into a good position into that first turn.
Yeah, I'm going to use a little 7 timing. Danny Gargan firster as well, going 9 first time out. Danny's numbers are okay first time beyond the mile, and hasn't had a lot of horses debut for a tag, but he's 2 for 10.
Well, and his first time starters are dangerous no matter what distance. So in a field like this that's not as strong, why not take a new face?
Exactly. All right, turn to race number 2. The first starts the early pick 5. Race 2 starts the early pick 4, a flat mile out of the chute. Let's take a look at 8 Oaks. This is back in November here at Aqueduct. Cheatham Hill this afternoon was a very big favorite. I want to say she was 2 to 5 for Jason Service, and 8 Oaks gave her all she could handle this afternoon.
Yeah, and any kind of trip like this, I think, might get the job done. Again, 2 to 1, 9 to 5 is probably the best you're going to get on this horse. But the numbers are just there. I think the trip is going to be okay. The dam broke her maiden at a mile and a 16th at Woodbine, so the distance is possible for sure, getting the extra 2 panels. But overall, I think the consistency from this horse, and you also got to look, Lescano, Linda Rice, first off the claim. Here at Aqueduct, that's a pretty clutch barn and outfit that you have to use, especially this time of year.
The numbers for the last 2 years here at the Aqueduct for Linda and Jose teaming up are right around 33%.
Wow.
And I think the more remarkable thing about that is for a guy that's one of the leading riders, for a woman who's one of the leading trainers on the circuit, especially here at this winter meet, the ROI is over $2.40, which is,
Absurd.
and, it's just a 1-year number, year and 3 weeks. That's nuts. That's a crazy for 2 individuals who take money separately here for apparently no reason sometime to team up and have an ROI like this. It's pretty impressive and a great win percentage. I mean, she's an obvious use. I worry that she's been gone 2 months. She's got to deal with the mile. And Linda didn't run her in a 25-2 life or a 35-2 life. Linda's leaving her at the same level. And that bothers me a little bit.
That's fair. The one that intrigues me a little bit is the one causing trouble, because Declan Carroll was aboard first time last out, albeit got a perfect trip, and the numbers really aren't there. But to me, this could be like a light bulb kind of horse. He finally figured out what he's got to do to win. Getting the mile, you have no problem with the distance here. What strong horse is really going to be a clear-cut top choice, easy money winner? I don't know. If you're going to take a chance with the price in here, I think he's the one. Again, the numbers don't really say it.
Yeah.
But the light bulb effect of a horse finally winning after 10 starts, maybe something does click, and maybe does get the right trip from the rail.
That was I picked her last time, and that was the terrible feel. That's when Blahnik was 3 to 5 that afternoon. Yeah, I mean, she woke up last time, like you said, she's going to have to get faster. I took a little shot, you put the horse second, with sister Alexa shipping in from Finger Lakes for Ralph D'Alessandro. The Finger Lakes horses have had mixed results. Not a lot of horses have won. Ralph's had the one that's really had that big mountain, ran second to Joe Smoking Gun, and then came back and demolished a similar field a few weeks later.
We'll see him tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see him tomorrow. I think this filly can just sit off the pace, make one run. She's dealt with older. She's a 4-year-old running against 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds, but she's dealt with older so far in her entire career. She's run well on the main track, and I'll take a little shot with her. I like Louis Cardenas. I think Louis has a good seat on a horse, good pair of hands. I think he's going to be okay. I'll take a mild upset, but they're the 2 for me. maybe a little 4 first on, maybe a little 1 causing trouble.
Yeah, and I kind of threw away that last race, finishing 4th by 13 lengths. If you go back to the 2-back one, the 4th place finisher in there came back and won with a 75 buyer. So there is some sort of talent in that field that you're running second behind. So we'll see. I agree. The 2 and the 5 are the main ones I'm going to want to play for the most part in your pick 4s and pick 5s, even pick 3s. But I think beside there, if you're going tries and supers, there are some prices in here that you can make a case for.
Interesting early double. We turn to race number 3. That Empire 6 begins again, almost 180,000 in that jackpot pool. Remember, you need a unique ticket to take the entire pool down with you. 7 furlongs. So we got 24 furlongs making up the first pick 3. I like it. Party in the Sand back in mid-November here at the Big A, going out for Jimmy Ryerson. She's going to cut them all down from last to first to win. You see her out there in the yellow cap center of the course.
Yeah, and this is a kind of horse where I think over her head last time running against State Bred Allowance. I think she kind of finds the right field here. But this horse is probably one of the most dependent on the Naira circuit right now to pace. Needs something to run.
Yeah, she needs something to run at.
Needs something to run at, and you're willing to take a shot, maybe at 7-2 on the morning line, that there is going to be some pace in here. I think there will be. Is there going to be enough? It's going to be interesting to see, but I think she's someone that will find the right field here. I think she was over her head, and I think that consistency of going back to the 3 before, she's got a chance in there. And Joey Martinez hops back aboard, and 4 back ran second to a neck to movie score. So the horses and jock have had a relationship before.
My biggest knock on her is to me, the apparent lack of pace in this heat. I don't know where it's going to come from. I know Floss Dancer flashed some speed first time for Kentamachi last time when she was in way over her head. Maybe Dovey Lovey coming out of the 6 furlong races, but she doesn't seem very fast. I wonder if Peggy Sue, off the claim by Gary Gullo rather, can show some speed. I don't know, color chart, I guess, from the outside. It's a murky pace scenario at best. I put Stay Smart first for Kelly Breen. This horse is dropping down. I think this horse is taking a considerable drop in class. And then when you take a look at that 35-2 life last time with Figure It Out and Jen Emily, who both came back to run 1-2 and ran really well, they kind of confirmed that effort last time out. I think this filly getting the drop, Ray Lou's climbing aboard. She's another one, in a murky pace scenario. Ray Lou's been taking advantage of these races, and I would imagine this filly, and I know she's cutting back to the 7. I just imagine she's going to be close, and maybe she's the first one to come calling on whoever is in front.
The one reason why I don't have her in my top 4 is the best races came against New Jersey breds.
Okay.
And I'm a Jersey bred
That's
myself.
what I was going to say.
I'm a Jersey bred
nerve,
myself.
my friend.
Yeah, I'm a Jersey bred myself. But overall, the crop hasn't been the best in the last few years. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like one of my go-tos.
Yeah, it's good.
It's one of my go-tos
You
for
look
sure.
good.
But overall, she's been dropping numbers. I'm not hugely impressed with anything over. They had a big hope for her running in the Monmouth Oaks. Obviously, that didn't go anywhere near. Another Jersey bred won that race. Horologist won that one, who's now out in California.
Yep.
This one is one of those that I'm willing to play against today, just because I want to see her get back to her best form.
I felt pretty confident with 4s and 5s. I think you could spread a little early because I felt pretty confident with 4 or 5s. We'll see. Yeah. It's an interesting way to start the card, an interesting way to start that Empire 6, race number 3, a flat mile for the 2 lifetime claimers. Maidens going to go to post in race number 4, 6 furlongs for the 3-year-old fillies. I would imagine this horse, the number 2, Kansas Kiss, is going to be the favorite on this afternoon, coming off of this effort last time out where she finished a pretty good second. She had some mild trouble. She got bumped a little bit at the start. There was nothing really there, I don't think. But she's run against some nice fillies in the past. You see Lake Avenue on her card a couple of times. And this effort alone, Bobby, probably gets it done in here.
Oh, for sure. And like you said, trouble at the beginning, still ran on it behind a Mark Casley horse that seemed to take off at 14-1. This horse, like you said, power move, Lake Avenue, horses and fields that she's been coming out of have been ridiculous and have produced big time. So to me, looking at this field, there's really no one that stands out. That's why I took the first-time starter as my second choice here, Mama Kin, only because of half to Bethlehem Road, who won her first 3 starts, and was a stakes winner at Parks in that span. So there is something in the family there. I know Carlos doesn't have the best numbers for first-time starters, but overall, I can't see anyone getting by Kansas Kiss for the most part.
Yeah, she's going to be tough to beat. This was the kind of day for me, earlier this past weekend, it looked like the chalk was going to prevail. And I don't like to come up here, put them on the website, whatever I'm doing. I don't like to say, you know what, I'm going to pick against the favorite because. Did a video for Pegasus World Cup Invitational, both turf and dirt, presented by Run Happy. That'll be out on Ira Bets this weekend. There'll be a Pick 5 ticket as well. Keep an eye out on social media for everything. I'm picking against Omaha Beach. I'm not going to tell you who I'm going to pick. I'm picking against Omaha Beach because I think there are a few holes in him. I didn't like the fact that he missed the work. But more often than not, I'm not one of these guys that wants to be, and I don't think it's healthy to say, well, I'm picking against the favorite for the sake of picking against the favorite.
Yeah.
But I thought today was the kind of card, and getting midway through it, that it was the kind of card where these horses kind of look alike.
For sure.
And I don't think you want to take chalk unless you feel like you have, and obviously it's not an exact science, but unless you have a really strong opinion. I think this is the kind of card where you can see a lot of middle price horses. For a guy like me who plays pick 4s and pick 5s, if I'm right, this is the kind of card where you can make small investment, make a little money. I could
For sure.
put a couple $100 in my Naira Bets account today and try and turn it into a couple of thousand hitting these gimmicks. This is a horse I actually like today. I like French Cafe today. Took money 9-2 in the debut for Mike Maker. His runners almost always run better second time out. He gets a rider change to Manny Franco, and more importantly, she showed a lot of speed in her debut. And this is a race that on paper, unless Mama Kin comes out of there flying, and like you said, Carlos really not known for his firsters, I have to imagine this filly's going to be in front. I'm just hoping for some natural progression from the first to second start. She's going to have a tactical edge on these. And it's not like some of these are, I don't think there's a lot of question marks in here early on. Unless Mama Kin has a lot of speed, this filly's going to be gone today. I've already seen enough of Kansas Kiss to know that at 4-5, I don't feel like she's an overwhelming favorite in this this impossible chalk to topple. I'm going to take a shot with French Cafe, just getting in front and keeping on going.
And you know what? I had her as a third choice because this is a half to 5 minor winners. All of them are dirt sprints. So she's in the right field, in the right situation, and has shown speed. I completely agree with you. If this horse is alone on the lead, the question is, though, who else is going to try to go? The 6 showed a little more speed last time on turf, but is really going to show speed on the dirt.
This is Manny. If I'm Manny, gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Pole,
and
whatever she's got to do.
And we've seen, I know Andy does more of the track trends than we do, but you really don't want to be too far off the pace on this track lately in the last few weeks. You'd rather be on it or at least 3 to 4 lengths off, not more than that. You're not going to really close too far back. So if any of these horses get lost 6-8 lengths on the backstretch, I don't see them making up that ground.
David has a 6-1. I hope she's that. I'm going to try French Cafe in the 4th. Race number 5. 6 furlongs for the state-bred allowance optional claimers, the 3-year-old colts and geldings. First deputy, Linda Rice. Dylan Davis got the job done last time. This was start number 6. You know, Andy and I talked about this earlier this week. We talk about it all the time. When you see the Linda Rice trainer, you know, the Chad Browns, the Todd Pletchers, and they take 5 or 6 starts to break the maiden, man, it worries me. And here's first deputy getting the job done over a sloppy course, second good effort on a wet track. And I mean, he's getting away from the field in the late stages of this, but I don't know. Do you want this horse at a short price today? David has him 8-5. I'd have to imagine he's going to be, again, in that area, maybe even a little lower. I don't know if I want this horse on top today.
I simply went with this horse only because he's been improving. The numbers haven't gone up. He's actually run similar numbers on a fast track if you go about 4 starts back. So I think he's starting to figure it out. Dylan's starting to figure out that this horse can take dirt. what it doesn't say on the PPs last time was on a dead rail for the first half mile or so, and then swung out on the turn and went into the best part of the track. I think if this horse just keeps progressing, no one else in here to me has shown consistency. And I understand that, okay, Him She Kisses, who's my second choice here, has run better numbers, especially over probably his head a little bit. But again, do you really want a horse that's shown inconsistencies, has gone 3 straight starts of improving numbers, and then throws a clunker in there? Do you really want to take that horse? Yours, Hold My Call. Second time off layoff, I get it, in the slop last time, and has shown the ability to sit right off the pace, kind of similar style.
Well, this horse isn't sitting off the pace today. If Raylu Gutierrez is sitting off the pace today, Raylu and I are going to have a conversation later on today. Because to me, this horse is gone on the front end today. I just don't see anybody else in here that has any kind of speed to sit with this horse.
You don't think the Ford goes at all?
No, I don't think the Ford's fast enough.
Okay.
I just think Raylu's got to go. Now, Hold My Call has a bar shoe on. The race in the slop last time. Look, you got to forgive the race in the slop. I'm not a bar shoe guy. I know it's not 1990, but I'm still not the biggest fan of horses with bar shoes. I just don't know if it's going to matter in here. I got to be honest. I thought this was 5 with a little 3 and 4. I mean, you got to respect First Deputy. I see what you're saying about Him She Kisses, but Him She Kisses coming back kind of quick too, less than 2 weeks. It's an interesting way to start the late pick 4. It is a crossroads race. This is involved in everything. Early pick 4 and pick 5, late pick 4 and pick 5, and the Empire 6. So it's an important race on the card. I feel comfortable using half the field, 3, 4, and 5. I feel even more comfortable using 3s and 5s, and if Him She Kisses sneaks in, he sneaks in. It's an interesting way to kick off that late pick 4, though. Yeah, race number 5. To the 6th we go. Starter allowance race going a flat mile. Let's take a look at Overheated and Girls of Toscanova. Girls of Toscanova woke up a little bit last time after a couple of ho-hum efforts. Overheated, I think Overheated ran the better race this afternoon. Was kind of on the pace most of the way, whereas Party and this Girls of Toscanova, sorry, same owner's trainers. As Girls
And
of
we just
Toscanova.
talked about a few races
We just
back.
talked about it a few races back. I thought Overheated ran the better race in here, and she was certainly the one I wanted it at similar prices.
I get it, but to me, the best races overall have been on turf. If you go 2, 3, and 4 starts back. So I'm kind of a wait and see, because other than Gracetown, everything else got sucked up in there on that race. Girls of Toscanova, I couldn't tell you how much money I probably burned on that horse, because I'm thinking, wow, this horse is improving earlier in the career, and then all of a sudden flattened out. Didn't really have that late kick. All of a sudden the late kick's back. Maybe something has been figured out in there by this horse. Overall, I have her third choice to pick up the pieces if necessary. But both those two, I think I'm willing to play against if I'm playing the multis as well.
Love and Love makes a lot of sense. She ran well last time out. She got beat a couple of lengths going the mile. It was the first time back on the stretch out. She makes sense. We both have her in there. Right side of the road's the wild card in here. We both have her on top. Have at it.
Has shown speed, but I know it's been on Gulfstream Park West and Gulfstream Park, which is more heavily speed favoring tracks. The numbers are there to run on both dirt and turf. So I'm not worried about most of the races being on turf. I think this horse has ability on both for sure. The second dam won the 2000 Matron and Frizette, and then won the 2002 Ogden Fifth's Raging Fever.
Yeah. One of the Mark Hennig and Ned Evans, they had a juggernaut that year.
Yeah, so the second dam had ability on the dirt. Danny Gardigan switching over with the first time with the trainer, winning at 34%. I think this horse is the wild card, but has shown speed on the dirt. That from that outside post is going to be able to make the decision. Jose Lezcano is going to be able to say, okay, do I need to go forwardly placed, or do I sit a little back 3 wide off of it and make a run? I think this horse is able to do both. Yeah,
I agree with you. Take a quick look at excess capacity. You have a fourth. I don't really have her in the mix. She's getting claimed. This is first now. This today, first off the claim from Linda Rice to Mertcant Kanemachi for America's Pastime and Mertcant and his family. 1 to 5 this day. One like a 1 to 5 shot should. I got to be honest with you. I don't like her. I don't like her off this effort. Even though it was the wet track, I think the wet track really helped her last time.
I think it's going to be a matter of speed. I think if this horse, clearly the best races have been alone on the lead, going around the far turn. If she is quick enough, I think she can get an open lead. Is she good enough? I don't know. But she might be quick enough to open up a length or two, which could make her dangerous, and her preferred running style. Again, I have her fourth, probably could have had her fifth, but I think with the running style, if no one else decides to put pressure, that puts the advantage in her hands because that's how she likes to run. Again, I completely agree with you. Is she good enough? I doubt it, but I think there's a ability there in their preferred running style to maybe get a clip of this.
All right. Interesting race number 6 as well. We'll see if our pick, Bright Side of the Road, can take to the dirt. First time Danny Gargan's been a pretty fruitful angle the last few winters here at the Big A. Feature of the day, race number 7, State Bred Allowance Contest, flat mile out of the chute. I like the straight allowance races. I don't mind the optional claimers, but I like these straight allowance races. Couple of scratches in here. Actually, the only scratches on the card, the 3 and the 4, so it leaves us with a field of 7. A bridge too far. Came off of a long layoff, tried the dirt for the first time last time for Mark Cassie, whose barn is just having a really good, solid meet here. More than half the runners hitting the board. 4 for 16 coming into the week, and she's getting by good old Dahl. Dahl finally got out of the maiden ranks this past weekend, but this was a nice effort from this 4-year-old daughter of Arizona.
I think especially coming off a 10-month layoff and to be able to split horses, sit off, and run on, like you said, Dahl basically hits the 16th pole and turns around and says, where are all my friends at, before hitting the wire. But I think this horse has a reason to improve. The second Dan was a grade 2 winner on dirt, half the 3 minor dirt winners, so the dirt pedigree's there. Mark is known to improve these kind of horses going forward, especially in the state bred allowance race there. Staying with state breds, I think that's where she's going to end up belonging. I think the Great Johanna is the only other one that I really want here. Gilda Marie, maybe underneath. Here's Great Johanna, who I think has just been in unbelievable form lately. I know ran 3rd last time out, but that was to Am Impossible, who is a really improving horse, I think, for Kelly Breen.
Yeah, and this is the Great Johanna. 2 starts back on December 5th. This was her 2nd consecutive win. I think it's worth noting it's a 2nd start with Lasix as well. She's run well in all 3 of her starts. Excuse me, since trainer Jimmy Ferraro added the Lasix to her repertoire. Last time, you know, I wonder if last time was just a case of coming back too quick. She came back in 24 days. You can stay the same now because she's coming back in 26 days. So a lot of running in a short amount of time. You took Cassie. I went to Gilda Marie. She's going to run for the 3rd time in a form cycle for the first time in her career. And I think, you know, the way she ran in her last 2, I think a little more distance is going to be right up her alley. She's by Shackelford out of an arch mare. The mile should hit her right between the eyes. She has enough speed to be right on it. She doesn't have to go, though. I mean, but if you really take a look at this race, she's got Summer Fantasy to her inside. I would imagine Summer Fantasy's going to go. I think she's going to camp out right outside Summer Fantasy. I think Gilda Marie is destined for a really good trip today. You have to respect the Great Johanna. You have to respect a bridge too far stretching out, especially where the Cassie barn's going. I thought it was one of those 3. But if I get the best price on Gilda Marie, I'm going to try her to win. Finish it up with a real nightcap. I love when the nightcaps are real nightcap. $8,000 claimers, 6.5 furlongs. Just a solid field of 9. I know they're bottom level, but these fillies always give a good account of themselves. You like Sky Vision. I like Linda's Ballet. Talk about Sky Vision.
Sky Vision has shown the ability to run on dirt, going 3 and 4 starts back there at Churchill Downs, which was against way better than she's going to face here. Has the ability to show speed. I think that's going to be important with these $8,000 claimers. A lot of times it's a matter of who's going to get into good position early. A lot of these horses aren't quick enough to pick up the pieces late on. So I just thought that with the ability on dirt, even though she's run mostly on synthetic, I'm willing to take a shot, especially if I get 6-1.
I'm using the 4 horses you see on the screen, 1, 3, 7, and 9. Linda's Ballet broke through the gate last time. For Rudy, Raylu Gutierrez is going to climb aboard. I'll give her a tepid selection. I think you can get through it. Using 1, 3, 7, and 9 might throw Bobby's number 6 in. Great job, my friend.
Thanks.
Mañana?
Same time, same place?
Yes, we have an 8-race card, so yes, it'll be same time, same place. I'll be here. You'll be there. Different clothes, though.
Yeah, hopefully.
Thanks.